What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fact vs. Fiction. I'm your host, Jax. Alright, and for today's video, I got something a little different for you guys. In spirits of it being Men's Mental Health Month, we're gonna check out a video and go over if men should open up about their mental health. Originally, I was gonna do this video, and I was just gonna yap. I didn't really have anything planned. I was just gonna yap and everything like that. But I think for today we're gonna go over this video and see if men should open up about their mental health or not. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Have you ever thought about taking your own life?
Yes.
The sergeants found a noose in my closet that I was ready to use.
Have you ever thought about ending things?
No.
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 I have, for sure.
Yes.
Is that something you feel comfortable sharing?
Yes. I have been in really, really rough water, and the thought was this is a way out of it.
There's been moments where I've definitely felt the pressure of life.
I feel like I was not meeting expectations of my parents, so I just obviously was feeling like a failure, and that my life was also just going to be a constant failure.
You ask yourself, why, do I deserve?
I personally have thought about the idea of doing such, but I haven't.
Suppressing all your emotions deep down where nobody can find them.
There are no problems, there's just weakness.
I often feel like I am always like swimming, and sometimes I just get so tired of like stroking the water to keep my head above.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
I have attempted twice, but it's something I'm very open with talking about, because I think if we want to normalize mental health, that means we have to have the uncomfortable conversations about it.
I think we all hit low moments in our lives that make us think about where we're at. You have to talk about it with somebody and be honest about it. There's nothing wrong with having those thoughts or feelings. It's very normal.
I think guys are taught to just kind of tough it out.
To be a man, you gotta be strong.
Be the main rock for the family.
Suck it up.
Being a man, you just couldn't show your feelings was really one of the biggest things that got me growing up, yeah.
I would fall and bruise my knee, and I would be like, ow! My dad would slap me or kick me and be like, what are you doing? Just be strong.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
No.
It's good.
Yeah, nope, haven't.
No. Personally, I have never.
That hits deep because my dad committed suicide, you know what I mean, when I was 10 years old. And I seen the pain that inflicted on my family. I wouldn't want to do that to my family.
I created a very strange rule around the fact that now I can't ever do it. Since my uncle took that slot of suicide, I can't now be another person in the family to just do that. When I have clear evidence of how it affects everyone.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
I haven't gone into deep details of what that would look like. How would I go about doing it? But if I did that, what would that look like for my family? How would they feel? How would they act? How would that possibly change the dynamic of, my family, if they would be closer or further apart? I don't know. And, sometimes, it's a selfish, I think it's a selfish thing to do, to, take your own life, just because, you're in that moment in life where you just feel so defeated and you feel like nothing you can do will ever help or will ever get better. You're just sitting in that dark spot, in that dark hole for a while, and you just feel like you can never come back from it. But you can, and it just takes a while. You just gotta keep digging and keep going through through life and find something that's actually meaningful for you to fight for. Like you got to find something worth fighting for, and then with time it will help.
Yeah.
Yeah, multiple times.
I think all queer people have contemplated that.
Probably as a, probably like 14, 15.
Yeah, I had a pretty rough adolescence. In my case, growing up homeschooled and fundamentalist Christian in a environment when I, didn't yet know I was queer, and that was a pretty tough environment for me.
A gay kid coming into my own, not really knowing how to handle that. Lots of depressive and suicidal thoughts.
I have not.
No.
I'm fortunate to say that I really haven't.
No.
I have, and I come from a very typical Asian household who's like Asian tiger mob who's like really high expectations. I was pretty sad at the time.
Have you ever thought about ending things?
Yeah.
I have not.
No, I have never considered it.
Yeah. I have.
I mean, I've known people that have, like quite a few people that have done it. I'm getting kind of numb to it, which is totally sad.
There have been times where I felt like really like in a hole, Just thoughts of like being on a crosswalk and being like, I wouldn't mind if a car hit me.
I have not, no.
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Once.
I think I was in like middle school.
Like I was bullied in school.
High school, I was dealing with some depression that never really was treated.
It was during the pandemic. I was depressed.
Living alone for the first time. I was working multiple jobs. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was stressed about everything about life. And I was way too afraid to share that struggle with anybody.
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable talking about them?
Yeah, I think it's good that we do talk about it nowadays until we start getting honest and realizing just because I have these thoughts or I've acted on them doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a sad person or a sick person. It just means I went through some shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, or just kind of like, I guess as far as recent, but growing up, you're kind of told you're not really allowed to show your emotions. You're meant to be not really emotionless, but you can't show the sad side. You can't show the vulnerable side of you, just growing up as a boy and turn into becoming like a man. You can't show that side of you because that's a sign of weakness. And so there is a lot of men who hold that back, who hold that side back, and they get overcome with those emotions just one day and they just snap. So, I think if there's times where you are feeling alone, there are times where you got to talk to somebody, and it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to ask for help. There were times in my life where I felt vulnerable. I felt weak. I felt like I couldn't do nothing. I felt alone. I felt like I had nobody where I can actually go to somebody and they just say, hey, all you got to do is talk to me. So I do you got to have a couple friends, at least one or two friends, and at least, a couple family members that will, actually talk to you, and just so you can just vent, release whatever emotions that you've been going through for the past however long. Luckily for myself, I found that. So I'm grateful for the friends that I do have, for the family I do have, because, life be lifing, and life be sucking, life be lifing sometimes. You just be like, God dang, life, why are you throwing me a 3-piece combo and then knock me up and uppercut me, hit me in my stomach, kick me in the balls, and God dang, now I'm down on my knees and pause, and like, God dang, you got me crawling. Like, jeez, you got to find your way back up. But life, bro.
And I'm okay with that, and I'm okay talking about it.
And I think no matter your identity, in this video they have some gay people, some straight people, some trans people. I think no matter your identity, you're gonna go through depression. You're gonna go through anxiety. Sometimes you may or may not have those self-deleting thoughts, and you know, depression and anxiety is a part of life. Having those thoughts depends on the person, depends on the player of the game, I guess. But like I said, just if you feeling like that, phone a friend, phone a family member. You can seek therapy if you want to do that. Some people don't believe in therapy, which is fine too. But there's also that 1-800 helpline that Logic talked about that you can call, because this life is short. This life is hard sometimes. This life can be cruel. This life can be scared. This life can be good. But as long as you have the right people around you, they can lift you up and keep you afloat when you feel like you're drowning, you need to keep those good people around, because not everybody can have that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, share with your friends and family, do all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until next time, peace.